Today will not be a Rams franchise episode, as we have continually seen broken play time and time again. And right now, Marshall Faulk, our head coach, is on the hottest seat in the NFL, and he's been told if he can't find a way to fix this franchise, he is fired. So as we begin today's episode, as mentioned, it is not going to be truly in the Rams franchise. We have seen just bad play over and over again. Quarterback play has been essentially broken no matter who we have had. We've seen better play from 67 overall quarterbacks compared to 85 overall quarterbacks. Quarterbacks with accuracies in the low 70s are throwing dots. Meanwhile, our quarterbacks with like 90 accuracy can't complete a 5-yard pass. So we're going to be jumping into testing to see if this save is broken. And the way we're going to be testing that is essentially by starting a handful of new franchises, jumping into some play, more specifically with the offense, with various different levels of quarterbacks, some low overall, some mid overall, some high overall, and just seeing if we can replicate the same bad play that we've seen with the Rams franchise with other ones. If we do see that, then it's not the Rams franchise that is broken. It is, I don't know, the players. Bad decision making by me, definitely some of the time. But we just can't complete simple passes to wide open receivers. So I want to see if we could replicate that. If we are seeing a lot better play with these new franchises, then unfortunately I believe that does mean that our franchise save is broken, and we might need to move on to a new project, though we would wrap that one up with a nice little story, if that gives you an idea. But as we begin, what team should we start with? And how about we go with the Washington Commanders, starting with a lower overall quarterback. Sam Howell is their starting quarterback. So let's see how he does in gameplay. Of course, for all of these testings, we'll be using the same slider set that we use for all of ours, and that's going to be without the tweaks that I've personally made to the Rams one. We're going to use the base Mat 10 slider set because that's supposed to be what these are running off of. Now, I'm just going to say 5-minute quarters, but primarily it's all Madden is what we're working with. On top of that, I'm just going to be turning off injury, practice injury, pre-existing injury, and progressive fatigue, just so we could have the same normal players in all of the games and then not quite be affected from that. We will still be using superstar abilities because I do keep those on in my franchises, but we will be turning off dynamic momentum because I just don't feel like it truly fixes the game. That's more of an arcadey thing, not much of a true ratings-based style gameplay, of which we're going for. And of course, just to show, these are again the Mat 10 sliders that I use on my traditional franchises, though again, I've had to make some tweaks trying to fix things so we could get some decent gameplay. These are just the flat Mat 10 sliders, none of my tweaks, and hopefully again, we're going to see whether it is that our Rams franchise is broken or if it's just me not playing very well. But we are into the first week here with the Washington Commanders. Now let's take a look at the quarterback that we'll be using. So Sam Howell is a normal dev quarterback. Now I say low overall. I'm counting like 70s, 80s, 90s for these really. So Sam Howell is going to have 92 throw power. The deep and medium accuracies are an 81, short accuracy 89. So he should throw more often than not some accurate short passes. Medium and deep is where we're going to see a little bit more inaccuracies. The awareness 75, throw on the run 80, and that is a big problem with our Rams franchises. If we are moving at all, we can't throw an accurate pass. So that is another thing that we need to keep track of and see how well that's going. Play action 79, throw under pressure 76. That is another problem that we've seen. Anytime a pass rusher is within like 3, maybe 4 yards of us, we can't throw an accurate pass at all. So again, things we need to remember, those are the key ratings that we are going to be seeing. And in terms of who we're throwing to at least, Terry McLaurin, fantastic receiver. Curtis Samuel, pretty solid. Jahan Dotson, a young guy who is developing. And then you got Jamison Crowder, the older vet, and Damian Brown, another young guy again developing. At tight end, you do have Logan Thomas, who's pretty solid, I would say, for tight ends. And as for running backs, you do have Brian Robinson Jr. and Antonio Gibson. The offensive line, you got an 81 overall left tackle. Not so good at left guard, 68. North center, 69. Sam Cosmi, okay at a 76, and a 77 in Wiley. So it's not going to be the best offensive line that we're throwing behind. So we're definitely going to be able to test how well he does on the run and under pressure. Now we will also be testing with the same playbook I use in the Rams franchise, our custom Rams playbook. Again, just trying to make things as similar as possible to truly test how these guys are doing. So as we officially begin the testing, again, simple play here to start off with. Slants. Can we throw a short, accurate pass? Right across the middle, it's on the dot to Dotson. And we might have a touchdown on our very first play as no one's gonna catch him. So how's that? Something that we have never done in the Rams franchise, we already see in one play. Though, you cannot rely on just one play as your sample size. So again, going right back to the slants. Can we just see some accurate throws right across the middle? Gonna find Curtis Samuel. We've seen a lot of interceptions going right across the middle. Now, on top of it, we are again playing against the Cardinals, a team we just played in the Rams franchise and did not do very well against. Going on the dig, that one, just a little bit out in front, but not crazy. But again, he doesn't have perfect medium or deep accuracy. And that was still much closer than a lot of the throws we have seen. Now we have some short and we have some deep options. As we'll see where we go here. McLaurin to the outside. A good throw, though the receiver needed to stay in bounds. But on 3rd and 10 here, need to convert the first down. That's going to be at the 45. Hard count, no one jumps. Going to beat the linebacker on the dot to Curtis Samuel. Well, gotta say, early indications do not seem very good here for the Rams. Hard count again, no one jumps. See if we can find a spot right down the seam, but that one just a little bit underthrown. Need a little bit more height on that one. Now that is something that I can personally adjust, again, with the bumper and the trigger to have high or low throws. We got 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. They bring the blitz. We're chucking this one deep for Dotson, but it's overthrown. He had the step, but we don't have the accuracy. 3rd and 10 once again here. We have options going across the middle. We have Thomas going towards the pylon-ish. And no time to throw it, gonna be a sack. So that will end that drive. Jumping on over to the next drive. We got 3:20 left here before halftime, and we're spreading wide, and we're gonna try to go deep. Crowder, right down the seam, quick throw on the dot. Some of those quick throws like that, we haven't seen completed all too often. Now let's see, as we are dialing up a couple drag routes here, we've missed a lot of those in our last game. This one, where it's supposed to be. Now I will say we're not getting a whole lot of pass rush in our face outside of the one sack. So we're not having to throw under pressure, but we do get that one off to Gibson with a good block downfield by McLaurin. Truck sticking, instead we kind of got trucked by Buda Baker, but it is a big gain. Now here we're gonna have a couple short, couple medium, one deep route. Let's see how well this one gets thrown to the outside, trying to lead the guy, and it's well thrown, knocked away. We do have some press coverage on the outside here. Would like to try a back shoulder throw, though not gonna just purposely throw into double coverage. Rolling here on the run, anything to go to? Not really, we're gonna take the sack. Well, let's try a little bit of some play action. We do run a lot of play action with the Rams franchise. Maybe get a little bit on the run here. See if we can get an accurate pass, and that time led the receiver downfield, close to the first down. Now, I've tried to do that a bunch in the Rams franchise, throwing it late across the middle. There was a guy in underneath coverage, but that time the ball is accurately thrown. As we time that one up well, it's Curtis Samuel inside the 10. So far, I do have to say, we're seeing better play from Sam Howell than I've seen from any of our other quarterbacks. Now, I would like to toss this one up, but they cover that one pretty well. Throw high, and there is actually just a awful throw from Howell. At the worst time, even. It's going to be a sack. Now, let's jump into replay on that one. Now, on this play, I was trying to throw over the top and get it to Curtis Samuel. Use the bumper, and it threw it behind, way low, and nowhere close. So something to remember. And because of what we saw, I kind of want to test the bumper play a little bit more here. As we have 1st and 10, not a whole lot of time left in this quarter. We're rolling on the run, putting it where his receiver was. It's just a great play there from Buda Baker. So that one, not going to say was a bad play from the quarterback. But we did see a throw on the run. We saw the high pass added to it, and it was exactly, again, where I thought that one needed to be. Now on the run here, not going to get that one away. Now we maybe have time for one more throw in this game, then we'll jump into another game. So we play against some other defenses. See if maybe we could time things up downfield. McLaurin, safety coming over and knocked away. How about one more play? So we have one more second. Maybe try to dial up a back shoulder throw here. Everyone going vert. We got McLaurin on the outside as well as Samuel. We do have a one-on-one, and that pass is off. So the deep accuracy, not too great what we've seen from Sam Howell. Now jumping on over to a new game, taking on a higher level defense here against the Buffalo Bills. They're an 87 defense. Once again, going to start off with some simple slant routes here. See if we can get some accuracy in the rain, as well as that one is actually accurate, just dropped by Curtis Samuel. Now in that last one, we did see the medium and deep accuracy be a little bit iffy. Some of the high and low throws also weren't all too accurate. Throw under pressure that time, and the pass is well off. Now they are going to bring down the safety to the left-hand side here. Let's just slide the protection that way. As again, we have all levels of throwing opportunity here. Throw under pressure, that one on the money for Thomas, who turns up getting that first down. So already seeing a little bit of a split there. Some good pass accuracy under pressure, some not. And again, he didn't have fantastic throw under pressure. I want to say it was about like a 79 or so. As that pass accurate across the middle. Unfortunately though, Wiley decides to hold, so wipes that away as we have now 1st and 20. Got some more medium and deep throws here, though a couple short we could toss this one out to the fullback. Good broken tackle, and another broken tackle. Actually gained some yards on that one. I thought it was going to be a loss. Now I think another big part to mention here is, again, Sam Howell is just a normal dev. He's not having any abilities really changing how he throws, as that one, bullet pass on the dot to Dotson with the first down. So still already I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing here, either from just Sam Howell or just quarterback play. Again, it's going to depend on what some other quarterbacks do. As we're going to try to chuck this one deep under pressure. It comes up a little short and it's knocked away. Though the main thing to take from that is that it was accurately thrown and the ball actually got pretty far downfield. We've had similar throws like that come up about 20 yards short. As that one was at least off the hands of the receiver. And that's just an animation that I just don't understand in Madden, because the ball isn't inaccurately thrown. It's just the receiver isn't attempting to really go make a catch. Now we did get a good release here, Curtis Samuel, but that ball's definitely coming up too far downfield. So the deep accuracy in 81 is definitely not very good. Now as we come out for our second drive, back here at the 18. Gonna go with some slant routes here. Nothing quite opens up. Might as well just tuck and run here with Sam Howell. Shakes one. Definitely never have any misses whenever we've tried to juke up players with any of our other quarterbacks, and that does include CJ Stroud. We back the line quickly here. Halfback screen. Get it out to Robinson with one good block downfield, and the fumble comes in, but no problem. It's picked up by Paul. Though that does kind of make me think of another thing we do need to test is throwing when our quarterback is very low on stamina. Do we still see some accurate passes? That one, pretty good to the outside. Maybe could have tried to keep the receiver in bounds a little bit more on that one, but still not awful. Seen a whole lot worse. As we have a drag route, not even a drag route, it's a deep in that ends up just sticking up too high in the air, a little bit too much air underneath it, knocked away. So on that one, I would say bad throw, needed a little bit more under it. 2nd and 10 here. Again, going to go with some slants. Quick throw across the middle. We're going to find Crowder, who gets picked up, slammed down, but we're close to the first. And also to mention, because it wasn't something I've mentioned, I'm just using the traditional Madden throwing here. You hit the button, you can semi-direct it a little bit with the stick, but not a whole lot, and that sack took off everything from the throw. That is a lot more like what we've seen. But on 4th and inches, we're going for it because why not? Winning or losing doesn't matter here. We're simply just testing. Some play action. Got our guy on the run as we do find Dotson down to the 15. Now we've only thrown one touchdown so far with Sam Howell, and it was on the very first throw of the testing. See if we could find something here. Gonna have to roll out, go back the opposite way, and what a dot to the end zone. in the rain, on the move. I don't think I did the high pass there, but either way, a great pass that we never see with the Rams. Well, I could definitely say so far testing, leaning towards the inevitable end of the Rams franchise. Still a whole lot more testing we need to do with several different kinds of quarterbacks, as we do get that one to Robinson. Picks up a short gain. Now from a tight look here, we got 2nd and 7. Got some drag routes, one deep route, but most of them kind of sticking kind of short. Just go across the middle, on the dot. Thomas holds onto it as well before he gets his legs chopped out. Now, one thing we haven't tested much here is play action rolls. We run that a lot again with the Rams franchise. So let's see if we can get some accurate passes here. It's behind the fullback, not caught on the run, and it's a quick tackle. That is a common occurrence whenever we do try to throw to the running back or fullback out of the backfield. It's never on the run, as we're going to have to run here. Try to find some time, get somewhere downfield, and hit takes away that throw. So on 3rd and 10, can we finally get the roll here? Try to find some opening. We got Thomas coming across. It's a very inaccurate throw. Led way too far out of bounds. Even the outside receiver was too far inside for that one. So definitely throw on the run. Not fantastic. His Sam Howell's throw on the run rating is an 80. So again, something to still remember. Coming across, trying to find the gap. It's Dotson laying out for it. Was a little bit out in front, but he makes a great play. And honestly, if anything, this is a tryout for Dotson, because he's doing really well. Play action, coming across, a little bit of air underneath it, going to Dotson, who just keeps finding himself open. Now with this 1st and goal, I would love to find McLaurin towards that back pylon. Though they cover it pretty well. Put some air under this one, and it actually was thrown really well. Just swatted away. So again, I'm just liking what we're seeing here. It's some good gameplay. Competitive, getting some swats. We're not hitting all the throws. As under pressure, that time we do get it to the running back. I think he just dropped it. Now 3rd and goal. McLaurin to the left-hand side again with a possible pylon type route. Though everything's blocked up pretty well there, and getting smacked down for a major loss by Floyd. And unfortunately, we run out of time there the first half. Now we're going to have a drive here with Jacoby Brissett. He's a 69 overall quarterback, and the accuracies are mostly the same, though the short is down around, I want to say, 81, 83, so not as high. As we roll here, we have our option to throw it. It's lofted, and it's going to get interception. Now, I did not tap the button. That was supposed to be a bullet pass, so something to keep in mind there. But again, he's a below 70 overall quarterback, so you're not going to see clean play, at least expected, even from the ratings. So let's see just how much that affects the rest of his play, as that one is pretty good. Laid out, though, for McLaurin to get to it. But maybe like that one a little bit tighter, but overall was at least eligible to be caught. 1st and 10. Quick throw across the middle on the dot, a little bit behind the receiver, but catchable. Now to go with a little bit of some play action. Now I did not take a look at what his throw on the run or under pressure ratings are, but something we definitely take a look at if we see some intriguing things happening. Though on 3rd and 4, we need to find ourselves a 1st down. RPO called up here just because I want to see if we could find a quick throw across the middle, and it is caught. Crowder, accurate ball. Now Brissett again, low 80s overall for his medium and deep throws. The shorts have still been pretty accurate. Catchable, though, that one was just not a smart decision, and is going to be intercepted, fumbled, and then I believe still recovered by Matt Milano. So things like that definitely have cropped up, obviously, in the Rams franchise. Just bad decisions, forcing passes when they did not need to be. That pass, bad. But the weird thing is, that's a pass that we just saw from a quarterback with about 81, I want to say, or 83 short accuracy. But we've seen that same kind of accuracy with a quarterback with 90+ short accuracy. And that's really the main thing here. We need to see if quarterbacks with these higher overalls are also still having these bad throws, and that will be tested shortly. As no time to get that one off. 4th and 12. And I'll say this will probably be the last play here with the Commanders for this testing session. Whereas we're going to send Jahan Dotson, wow, tripping on that, and sacked. So, unfortunately, couldn't quite test out much there on that last play, but we've seen some pretty intriguing things happening out here where accuracies, for the most part, are a whole lot better on a lower quarterback accuracy than our last game, but the same accuracy for a majority of our games. Though these quarterback accuracies themselves, the ratings individually, have been a lot lower than what our quarterbacks have been. Now we're going to jump into some testing with Brock Purdy. He's an 84 overall, though he is a superstar dev, so we're going to test some of what the dev traits might end up doing. His accuracies, really, really good. Worst, 90. 91 for the medium, 95 for the short. So he should be able to throw all kind of passes, though limited from the throw power. But throw on the run is an 89. And play action is an 83, and under pressure, 85. So all in all, we should see some phenomenal quarterback play here from Brock Purdy, who has the gutsy scrambler, inside deadeye, and doesn't have the last unlocked us. He's an 84. But overall, he should be a quarterback that does not have many, if any, inaccuracies. Now, as we jump into our first game here, again, same playbook, same sliders, everything testing the exact same. Want to see if we see just better accuracies here under pressure. Couldn't get it there. Now, don't expect that throw to make it there with that kind of hit. Mostly looking to see if throws that he has time to get rid of it before the hit actually arrives, how bad the throws are off of it. That throw, accurate across the middle. Will leave us here with a 3rd and 2. Now, obviously, 49ers are a really, really good team. They got X Factor superstars all over the board. As that pass accurate to the outside finds Debo. Though if we're really wanting to make tests here, it's got to be throw on the runs. It's got to be medium and deep throws. So let's see if we could get it some throw on the run here. Coming across and a little bit behind Kittle, but not the worst we've seen. At least if the defender wasn't there, it was catchable. We've seen plays like that where the ball isn't even catchable and it's been a wide open receiver. So things to work on the run here. Swatted away. That time, great play there by 23, though not quite sure who the name is. 3rd and 10. Again, some short, some medium. Coming across, accurate throw right across the middle on the run finds Ayuk. Definitely want to focus more on the medium to deep throws again. We already know that the short accuracy was better. On the run this time, though, perfect pass going to find Debo, and that was rolling against the throwing motion. All things we need to consider. Obviously, Brock Purdy, really good quarterback here in Madden. As we have an option to the tight end, that high throw is just off the mark. So despite having, again, the, 95 or 90 deep throw, that time was not accurate. Kittle on the run here towards the sideline. Well-placed ball. Don't have Hayward cover him. Now on 1st and goal, have Ayuk going on that corner route or McCaffrey swinging out. Let's see if anyone opens up. Under pressure, that was a bad throw. If only that was its own slider, throw under pressure, I feel like that could definitely be one that would need to be tweaked. Slant across the middle, not a well-placed ball there. It's going to get intercepted, and it's by Kazee. Though I will say on that one, they had the better alignment for that throw. Again, we're just letting these ones rip here in this one just to see how they turn out. As that pass placed well, not going to get by the defender is Ayuk. Let's try to get a roll here on 1st and 10. If we could roll and maybe hit Jennings deep, that could be ideal to test out 2 different options. Though we might need to roll, check this one down to Hughes check, and it's an accurate pass. So far, having 89 throw on the run is looking pretty good. As we start the second quarter here, they're playing off coverage. Jennings, right down the seam. Not exactly placed where I would want, but I didn't change any of the directionality of that one. But overall, was accurately thrown. As we have ourselves a 1st and 10 inside the 15. Single high safety, make the break. Not DK, that's the wrong team. Debo Samuel in for the touchdown. So definitely feeling like we're seeing a whole lot better accuracies outside of the Rams franchise, which is definitely leaning towards solidifying what I thought, as that one is just a great play on the outside. Jump in the route. Trying to take it the whole way as well. Past the diving, but not quite past the diving player. Porter Jr. gets the pick. Just a great play. Definitely not any accuracy-based interception on that one, which we've definitely seen be a big problem again with that Rams franchise. Pass rush coming in, get rid of it, and that pass came up about 30 yards short on the throw. So that at least consistent between both franchises. 2nd and 10. Some short, some medium, couple deep, drag route. Gonna find Debo, close to the first and picking it up. Now they're gonna walk down the safety to the right-hand side. Would love to find a wheel route here to McCaffrey, but they just keep good coverage across the board. We do find Jennings. Now if we could get Bell deep downfield here, gonna depend on what that safety does, if Kittle can bring him down, or if they step down. Right off the break, good throw on the run. Bell nearly broke away there, just couldn't keep his feet. Definitely seeing some good throws for sure. We're also playing with some different receivers. Could be somewhat of a factor. Look for a back shoulder throw. Almost undercut, or kind of was undercut, just tipped away. But the accuracy of it looked good. The 2nd and 10, we got 2:14 on the clock. Debo gonna get covered pretty well, and an immediate sack around the edge. Herbig drops us for a loss. Now, here is a play I run often in the Rams franchise. Play action, a lot of crossing routes. See how well this one can be tossed. Look for a little bit in the middle, and that was a bad throw. Obviously, it's a good play from Fitzpatrick, but it wasn't accurately thrown. Needed that a little bit more downfield towards the middle. It was a little bit short to the left. I will say, even with the higher passing ratings here, I don't feel like there's that big of a separation, honestly, from what we saw from Howell compared. Throw on the run here, though that one really well to Ayuk with the first down. Definitely throwing a fair few amount of interceptions in this one, though again, feel like that is a little bit more based off of us just letting things rip. Going deep downfield, this one is accurately placed. We just didn't quite get to it. And for one last play here in this one before we jump into another game against a different defense. See if we could get anyone downfield. No, throw out of a sack, not even close. Now jumping forward to another game to take on the Dallas Cowboys defense, and they have a pretty good defense. See how well we could do against them. Throwing on the run here, trying to roll out with a guy coming in. It's a accurate ball to Ayuk. He just doesn't hold on to it. And now with a single high safety, playing some off coverage here. See if we could find something. Downfield, we have a wide open guy. The back shoulder throw, though, not accurate here from Brock Purdy. So the weird thing we've seen so far is I honestly felt like Sam Howell played a better game, or a very similar game to what we've seen from Brock Purdy, as that pass was well off due to, they say, the hit. Though, personally, I feel like that is a pass you could throw an accurate one on, and the hit shouldn't have affected it as much because the ball was already out. A little bit of some play action coming across, and then once again, under pressure, not a good throw. So far, definitely feeling a little split. From the Commanders, I definitely felt like, yeah, we had a broken save. But right now, as again, these just inaccurate passes every time there's some amount of pressure. And that was honestly one of the reasons I wanted to play against the Cowboys, because I knew they would generate that pressure and give us an idea of how these ratings truly affect the throws. There's at least an accurate one, though it's fumbled and immediately picked up by the Cowboys defender. But yeah, ultimately, definitely feeling like there is a variety of play that we're seeing. Commanders felt good. Brock Purdy, we've seen some accurate throws. Like that was an accurate ball thrown a little bit behind, but intended from the stick use. And we've seen some good throw on the run here with Purdy, but the medium and deep accuracies haven't been very good, and he should have a lot better accuracy with that. Now we're just tossing that one up and probably shouldn't have. That one definitely is going to be on me. More so was just trying to test the use of the bumper to get the high passes on that and see what is possible here with the accuracy, so we really have a good idea. We know we're going to get really good short accuracy. That's what Brock Purdy does most often, I feel like. We'll get back to the line here pretty quickly. Trying to have him throw with some low stamina. See how well that works out for us. Good blocking, but bad throw. That should have been an easy completion. And now with 2nd and 10, they do walk down the safety to the left-hand side. Then we're going to roll the opposite way. Once again, under pressure and a bad pass. So right now, I would say it does not matter what your quarterback throw under pressure rating is. if there is pressure, you're just not going to get a good ball. That came out very strangely. That one was mostly accurate, probably just didn't need to go with the high pass. But yeah, definitely feel like it does not matter what your quarterback throw under pressure rate is. If you're under pressure, you're not going to get a good ball. So that's going to rely a little bit more so on the linemen to cleanly protect you. Now, obviously, Cowboys are running away with this one, but we're not really trying to play any winning football here. We're really just trying to get some test throws. As that one led from Ayuk, just a great play there from Wilson. A half-yard downfield, and that's a big play. But still, it was on the run. It was accurate. Just needed a little bit downfield, but Purdy does not have that arm strength. And sacked once again. Now, I'm not certain, but I feel like the 49ers have a really good offensive line, and we're seeing them getting dominated here. So it very well could also be a testament of defensive versus offensive lines, and it definitely favoring the defense. Which, that was something that we noticed with the Rams franchise and had to make some slight tweaks to the slider set to try to combat that. See if we can get Kittle down the seam here. Gonna one-on-one with the safety. Placed well, but just not bringing it in. Now, obviously, all we're doing is throwing the ball in these, so defenses are going to act a little bit different and try to make sure that they're covering guys a lot better than what they would be, as that ball came out definitely late, but it was on the run. Pretty accurate for Ayuk. It's a touchdown that's going to get called back. And while it's clearly a negative play for this game, that's a positive, though, because we've tried that with some of our quarterbacks in the Rams franchise, and we were just never quite able to hit on those as Brock Purdy gets hit once again. But overall, still good to see that kind of play be possible. Now, 3rd and 13 here, a little bit more some play action. Look for the cut, though. That's going to go straight to the safety. Not a good call to throw that one. That one, again, on me. The accuracy would have been where the receiver was. And as we're closing into the end of this first half, it's 38-0, by the way, so that's fun. Clearly the defense also not playing too well, considering they've been out on the field the majority of this one. Now that deep ball on the money for McLeod, who's sprinting away, and there we go. A touchdown to end our test here with Brock Purdy. And of course, we couldn't wrap up any more testing here without using the top quarterback in the base game itself, X Factor Patrick Mahomes. He's a 99 overall, short accuracy is a 98, medium 95, deep accuracy is an 87, with all the throw power of a 97, awareness 98, throw on the run 99, play action 96, and under pressure 99. Plus he could break some sacks, he could run around. He's clearly the do-it-all guy as best as possible. So let's run through a few drives here with Patrick Mahomes, and honestly, I expect near perfection here. We need deadly accurate throws, throws on the run, throw under pressure. I mean, everything. We need to see good play here. And if we continue to see some of the iffy play that we saw from Brock Purdy that matched a lower overall Sam Howell, then clearly there's something that's not quite working. Now on 3rd and 9, it's man up across the board here. Maybe look for Rice on that deep in. Though they sit underneath in coverage pretty well there. Let's throw on the run, and that's a bad throw. Stick was all the way to the side, but expect that to be a little bit more of like a back shoulder throw. And potentially what I just need to learn on those is if we are rolling out any certain direction, we just got to let go of the stick when we go to throw the ball. And maybe can the offensive line block a little bit? That would help out. Obviously want to be throwing under some pressure, but continually sacking and not able to actually throw the ball is not going to help out the testing. Throw accurate there to Valdez-Scantling. Now, obviously, one thing to note here when using Mahomes is he doesn't really have the best receiving core. He obviously does have one of the best tight ends in the NFL, but besides that, the receiving core is very lacking. And we've by no means had a dominant receiving core with the Rams franchise, so this one may be a little bit more on par. As stepping up here, Mahomes not going to get through the line, leaving 4th and 5. So we'll get back to the line rather quickly here. Just one option with these slant routes. We'll try it again. It's hard count, no one jumps. Covering it pretty well. Rolling. Trying to find an accurate ball, and very deadly accurate on the run. Exactly what you expect from the ratings. And that one under pressure, on the run, deep throw. I mean, everything there hit. as he is pretty much maxed out on all of the ratings. So you expect near perfect play, and that's really, for the most part, what we're seeing. Plus, he had also, taken some hits along that drive as well, so he wasn't running with perfect stamina either, though did not drop massively. Now stepping up here, wanted to get more of a throw on the run. A nice juke there, though I still think maybe a gain of 1, maybe a loss of 1. Either way, nothing flashy on that one, leaving us with second and goal just at the 9. As they're covering those pretty well as well. Rolling. Try to just chuck it away so we don't lose all the yards. And potentially looking for James here on the out route. Or we have the slant as well. Try to time that one up, and it's on the money. Exactly what you expect to see from Mahomes, and that's exactly what we've seen here. So overall, I feel like today was a good starting point for the testing. We saw what felt like, for the most part, a lot better quarterback play than what we've gotten from any of our quarterbacks here in the Rams franchise. Now, we've had Bo Harold for a while in this series. He has some pretty good short accuracy, 88. We saw better accuracy even from guys who had lower short accuracy. The medium and deep, I felt like, is about on par with what we saw from Sam Howell. Again, those ratings pretty similar. Throw under pressure, 79. And yeah, the throw under pressure, what we saw with guys who had the low throw under pressure definitely wasn't very good. Throw on the run, we saw a lot better throw on the run, though, from guys of the same, if not even lower, throw on the run. Play action, I don't really think that affected much of anything from Bo Harold, but we haven't just used Bo Harold. Hard to really say anything about Caleb Harris because we didn't get to use him for a full game, but in the little bit of time we did see from him, 90 short accuracy, 92 medium, and those passes were awful. Throw under pressure is 76. Again, he wasn't throwing very well under pressure. Throw on the run, 80. Nothing good, again, when he was on the run, and we saw better play with guys who had that same or thereabout. Now, I'm not saying we're going to make any judgment yet. We will still do one more testing, but we also used a quarterback, I want to say trade into the Vikings, yes, and CJ Stroud. Now, Stroud has really good ratings. 92 short accuracy, 87 for medium, and 91 deep. We couldn't hit deep balls. We missed a lot of medium balls, and shorts were, again, not very consistent. Throw under pressure was good, though. Throw on the run was rating-wise, was good. But we just didn't see that. We've used other quarterbacks as well, and we just didn't see that good play. So right now, I feel like we're definitely on the side of the save is a little bit broken. We started this series as soon as Madden dropped. And along the way, things could have gotten broken. Obviously, a lot of patches happened and whatnot, and we update along the way, but clearly the play is not quite there. As mentioned, though, we're still not going to call the testing done. We're going to have at least one more testing round where I'm going to use primarily quarterbacks that match up as similar as possible to the quarterbacks we just saw. Obviously, today we did use Sam Howell, and that was a pretty similar resemblance in terms of the ratings. Howell played a lot better than any of the play we've seen from these quarterbacks. It wasn't a vast amount of plays that we ran with Howell, but the bit that we did just seemed better. So we're going to focus in more around that same overall, the same ratings for the next episode, which will be out on Thursday. Now, depending on what happens in that Thursday episode, could very well change what happens on Friday. As most likely, I feel like we're going to go back to the Rams on Friday, and that video could be the last of the Rams franchise, in which we will finish off the story of the franchise and see how well they do. If the testing shows the same exact play of what we see inside of this franchise, then we'll come back. We're going to be harder on the offensive line because we clearly saw throughout today that the offensive line struggles definitely affected the quarterback play. On top of that, we might also need to be stricter with our receivers. Again, we don't really have any dominant receivers. We played with some non-dominant and some dominant receivers today, though their play across the board felt very similar. So all in all, it was a good first day of testing for Madden passing and specifically for our Rams franchise to see if things are truly broken there. So let me know what your opinions are. I know what mine are. We're going to test one more time, at least on Thursday. So make sure you stick around for that. Hit the bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the subscription button, and definitely tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. Tomorrow and Saturday, as for every single week, state-only challenge. And then we'll get back into the testing. And depending on what happens, again, we might wrap out this Rams franchise on Friday or get right back into it. The traditional franchises are always every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So a whole lot coming your way, and hopefully some better quarterback play coming your way as well. So until then, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.